I know we've spoken about GTA 6, but this is basically about games in general in terms of pricing. So this is crazy, and I think, well, we're going to talk about and read this article now. When GTA 6 comes out, I assume it's going to be more than £70, or they're going to have different tiers or different bundles, you know, collector's edition, gold edition, whatever they did. They did that with Red Dead 2. But this article here, and I feel like there's no justification for GTA 6 to be the first to charge maybe $100 for their game. So other studios are like, yep, that's what our game is worth. Because let's be honest, there's only very, very few studios, if not one or two, that could possibly do this. But this is crazy pricing for a game. And how many games there are. And I get about inflation and stuff like that. But when you think of how, you know, living costs, stuff like that, I would rather spend 20, 30 quid on like 2-3 games than rather spend 100, depending on what the game is. Now, GTA 6 is an exception. I feel like it is an exception because of the value. But again, we don't know until we get reviews. But listen, it's the most hyped game probably of the decade. But let's give this a read because I want to hear your thoughts on this as well, because this is absolutely crazy. So we all knew, and I expected this to be like GTA 6. I reckon it could be $100. And if it is, I'll save up for it, or £100, I'll buy it because it's GTA 6. But listen to this, guys. Let's talk about this. There is apparently hope within the games industry that Rockstar Games will increase the price of GTA 6 to as much as $100 so that other developers can feel justified in raising their cost of their own games. Now, this is where you lost me. Just because another developer does it doesn't mean that, yes, your game is going to be yours is worth $100. There's so many factors into why you think your game is worth that much. But documented in a report from an analyst, Matthew Ball, via VGC, is claimed that GTA 6 is breaking the key price barrier of $70, and this will allow studios to follow suit and earn extra money from sales to more easily cover development costs. Or, how about reduce your costs of your damn games? Let's be honest, like Rockstar can basically do what they want. They can do what they want because they've established themselves in the industry as one of the best gaming studios in history, arguably. Because think about what the value they bring to all of their games. And Ball says there's hope within the industry that publisher Take-Two could price GTA 6 at $80 or even $100. The retail price for the standard version of GTA 6 hasn't been suggested to go beyond $70 by either the game's developer or the publisher, but there's almost certainly will be a more expensive edition due to collector's editions available both physically and digitally. Understandable. This game I feel like this game will hold its value as well. And that's the thing, Marley, you said it. If developers want to charge $100, they better make sure there's no bugs or any scammy things in it. 100%. I think some studios think that gamers and us are so dumb. They think if you just put the price out. Do you remember when Forspoken came out? And I believe it was $69 or £69. You can't just like whack a price on and think, you know, really good graphics, here you go. And wasn't the PC specs of something like Forspoken as well was ridiculous. It wasn't really well optimized. But for example, yeah, we already know the collector's edition. Yeah, we know that's going to happen. So, and this is another issue which I do touch on in my next video tomorrow. But due to rising development costs and global inflation, other developers are hoping that GTA 6 charges more than usual so they can do the same. That is just like to be like, if you're so confident in your product, why should you wait for them to do it? Now, Ubisoft was an exception in terms of what game was Skull and Bones £70 when it came out, and I'm pretty sure they dropped the price. Because you can't just be like, yeah, we're going to do it too, just because you think someone else is doing it. Well, is your product, are there bugs? What's the story like? What's the gameplay like? What's the replay value like? Is there replayability? And yeah, I agree. assume it. GTA 6 is too huge to be perfect. I feel like there will be some bugs. Like it's not going to be like with these games. They're so big. Oh yeah, that's true. Call me Snake. Skull and Bones is a quadruple A. But due to rise in development costs and global inflation, other developers are hoping that GTA 6 costs charges more than usual, so they can do the same. Of course, the start of the PS5 generation raised the standard ask price to $70, which has now essentially become the norm industry-wide for AAA titles. Although, how many AAA titles have actually made money, sorry. Like, how much was Black Myth Wukong? Like, you can buy the physical now for, like, 50-something pounds. GTA 6 is currently slated to launch for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S this year, but there's still a good chance it may be delayed. I'm pretty sure on Amazon, I don't know if it's because it's been out for a long time, but yeah, Black Myth Wukong is like £58. So would you be willing to pay $100 to play GTA 6 at release? Let us know in the comments below. Now, I will happily save the money. It's GTA 6. I do YouTube. So this is me talking from a different standpoint. Because obviously, doing YouTube, like, listen, I bought Suicide Squad at damn launch. You know how I was like this? Here's the cash. He's like, let go of the cash. I'm like, no. He's like, let go of the cash. No, you don't have to buy it. No, I want to buy it. Yes. Like, I wouldn't say I'll buy it happily because flipping out, there's other things in life like a mortgage, bills, saving, food, coffee. But my point is, I feel like companies, especially AAA studios, need to find a way to reduce their costs. Because you can't just keep going up and up. Like, do we really want to wait 6, 7 years or 10 years for a game? I feel like they do need to find a way to reduce their budgets. It's just ridiculous. And people will wait. Let's be honest. People are not going to... Yes, people will buy GTA 6 at $100. People will save up. But any other game after that, I don't know many games, apart from GTA 6, would I pay $100 for £100? So with GTA 6, I think they can get away with it. Like going back to this. So I wouldn't say happily. I would, but only because it's GTA 6. And because I do YouTube. Like, it's a different point. If you're just like a gamer and you're like, you know what, I can wait a year. Well, you've got other priorities, and I get that. So let's just vote and see. Oh, I already voted. Okay, what did I do again? I think it was I would, but it's GTA 6, I think. Well, yeah, I definitely... Yeah, I remember now. I did that earlier. It's very hard. Like, it's not like... I don't think it's not what the industry's been doing. So I get it. Inflation. They put the prices up to $70. I get that because inflation. But at the end of the day, gamers will come to their own conclusions whether it's worth that price. And people are going to think more. They're going to think twice about buying a game for 70. But I don't think it's one of those where not every company's going to, oh yeah, we can up ours to 80. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. That's what I mean. I feel like, Jalira, you hit it on the head. Like, From Software, their games, I think people will happily pay more for them. Happily. And then GTA 6, and of course, Gollum 2. There's no doubt people would pay big money for Gollum 2. So that's with the industry and with GTA 6. It's going to be very interesting when this game gets released. Or when they announce the pre-orders for this price. Now, I'm predicting myself. I do think it's going to be more than 70. Even 80. Even if the base game was at $80. I think even if they put the base game and then with the $100 edition, they get blue. But I do think it's going to be more than 70. I'll be very surprised if their base game isn't more than 70. That's because it's GTA 6. It's like, you know how big this game is going to be. But I do think that the industry needs to sort out their development costs. They do need to sort out that they need to get out their own asses as well. Like you've just said at Ubisoft, when they had their gold edition for like 100 and something, it's like, who is paying that price for a broken ass game? I personally think companies, I prefer more, oh no, the thumbs down. I prefer more, I'm playing a lot of games that are from Asian developers, South Korea, Japan, China, and I'm loving these games. And like, for example, Metaphor ReFantazio, I got this game for like £30. It was on offer for Black Friday. And I've put in over 25 hours. And I'm so like just that, like, I'm happy to go find other games. No, people will still buy the game for sure. But I do feel like if the AAA world gets so big headed and they're like, you know, we're going to charge that much, I think people will just go to indie. They'll go and just play older titles and older games. I think that, remember that poll, that was how many people were playing on Steam, was it? That more people are playing games from before 2024 than any recent releases. So it's going to be, you know. And you know what? If games are that expensive, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play my older games. They'll do some more platinum trophies. I've got plenty of games that I haven't played. So let's see. I just don't think it's a good idea for other companies. Maybe if it's from software, they're different. They've established themselves in the industry, but I don't think like obviously Ubisoft, that's the last thing they're thinking. They're going to be like, yes, if we up the price, people will think our games are better than what they are. Assassin's Creed Shadows, $700. Damn. So that's with that news. Like, it's gonna be interesting. Where does the industry go when GTA 6 comes out, and who will be the first company thinking that, you know what, we're gonna up our price? Like, if the price goes up for other games and then they add stuff on top, like microtransactions and stuff, I'll be like, that's a freaking joke. If it's like a Baldur's Gate 3 and it's like £80 and you get everything in that game, or Elden Ring or Elden Ring 2, that's totally different because you get everything in the game. And I get it, like if we go by inflation, I get that, but you can't just say, yeah, the game should cost this much. You got to look at the demographic and your audience. Not many people can drop £100. Exactly. I don't have money for 100. Like, do you know what I mean? No, you can't just like, you're going to buy a game a year. When I was younger, oh my gosh, I was like, when I had no money when I was at uni and stuff, I was just buying whatever I could. Like, I was like, you know what? I've got money for one game and I'm just going to keep to that for like 6 months till my next uni payment comes through. That's literally what I did, and I'll just play one game for like 6 months. Baldur's Gate. Baldur. How much are those Nintendo Switch 2 games going to be? Are they going to be the same price, or are they going to go up? That's something I don't think a lot of people have spoken about. Like, ooh, Switch 2 games, are they going to go up to beyond 70? Surely not. But guys, that is with the latest gaming news. We've got a big video coming tomorrow, so I want you all to check that out tomorrow. Obviously, you members get the video about 2 hours early, and I always try and comment back to everyone that sees it early. So it's about talking about the 2 live service games from Sony that have been cancelled. I want to know what you guys think about that. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting where the industry goes from here. I don't know.